What's up? Fresh off the hiatus. Anyway, I want to talk about settling. How people tell people to settle down and all that good stuff, all that stuff, whatever you want to call it or whatever connotation you want to give that stuff. When you got two vibrations or two bodies, because that's all the body is pure light or vibration. It's on a frequency. And anything that is a wave of light or vibration is propagated on a medium, that medium being the ether. But you have, again, the waves, the up and down of the wave. And when two people collide is when two waves meet. You might be on your way up, another wave might be on the way down, or you might be meeting each other on the way up, wherever. You're just colliding along the wave that you're riding or surfing. So, because we're in an ocean of ether or melanin, whatever. So, when the energy is high for a person, when a person's energy is extremely high, it's unlikely that they'll settle. I mean, some people have high energy and just give it off and release it in all different ways, whether it be through substance, through sex, through having a bunch of kids. People are releasing energy and breaking up their energy in a multitude of ways. So if your energy's high and centered, you have centered energy, and you're not like a car that is burning rich. Where you're utilizing your fuel, basically, utilizing your energy. If you are like that, then your likelihood of settling is lesser than someone whose energy is stagnant or on a way down. If it's on its downward spiral. So settling, it's one of those things that it's almost like you begin when you reach a point where you no longer reach for goals or whatever. Like when you can see when someone gets to a point where they have stagnated in their approach to life, where they're not striving to be better or do better or whatever, and they reach a point where the energy they just settle each day. And the energy continuously drops each day from that point until they die. So from then on, they're on the way down. And I mean, it's a gradual downward thing. So you could be going down and then up, but just not as high as you were before. Down and then not as high as you were before, but just gradually working your way down. So usually when that happens, a person will settle, cling to someone of a similar energy situation in a certain energetic level. They will copulate with that person and create another wave or create a child, basically. So they settle in that regard, because settling is basically death. In reality, it's basically death. And but I know people look at settling as not death. They look at it as something like that is a beautiful thing or whatever. And everything is good and bad, and it can be. I can see what people mean, but that's what's going on. People give up on their own personal dreams or whatever you want to call it. They don't move with the times or change form of what they got, because some people, again, they'll have a dream to be a musician, and they see that that's not going to work out, so then they get behind the scenes, so where they still work with music, so they still kind of live the dream, and they might even gross more funds that way than they would have. So that person found a way to move with the times and maneuver to where they still kind of maintain the dream and just change form a little bit. The landscape of the dream changed. But then you have those other people that totally settle. They settle for a certain level of spouse, a certain level of life. They get comfortable with a level of life, a level of being. And like like my girl Fawn sent me the video of Tyrese talking about people coming to your life for a season or a reason. People will get caught up in being with the person that was supposed to be there for a season. Everybody's for a season. It's all seasonal. And you can fly south for the winter. So people get stuck in an environment that they feel is comfortable, and they build up everything around it to try to hold on to that. Whether it's by having kids, to try to maintain this comfort level with things that are in the dense level of our existence. And it might not necessarily be the most healthy thing for you or your offspring. It might actually instill a totally invalid value system. I shouldn't say invalid, but not complementary, not totally truthful and holistic. So, because on one end you might get certain material things, but your balance is so off that that's all you really get. You don't have like dense things that are nice, and then things on all levels. You just have the cars, the cribs, the money, or whatever. Or just some people settled even for even less than that. They just wanted the comfort of being with someone else that they like being. Okay, you like to be around a person. They make you feel comfortable. You like the person that you are when you're around that person. That's comfort. It's the comfort level with that person. And you get attached to being able to feel that way. Because you feel like around that person, you might as well be naked. You have a comfort level like that, regardless of whether you have clothes on or not. Your comfort level with this person is one where you can be a person that you truly are, a person that you like to be. And people get addicted to that, and they get addicted to this comfort level with this person, so they would do whatever they have to do to maintain that comfort level. Marry them, have kids with them, all that type of shit. But the real, true love would be selfless giving. So if you know that you wouldn't be totally healthy for a person, or you might not necessarily be ready for a person or that situation, just because you have a comfort level with them, you're not going to commit to that person. You're not going to settle for that person, because or even try to bring them into your life if you know that this is not the most complimentary thing, and in the long haul you're going to face some strife. That would be selfless giving. If you're saying, look, I'd be selfish if I kept you, so I love you enough to let you go. So like, you look at it like true love is selfless giving. And when you give to someone, you know what it's like for someone to selflessly give to you. That sensation that you feel, that appreciation that you feel, that love that you feel, you know what that's like. So when you like to perpetuate that feeling, so when you selflessly give to someone else and you witness that and observe that in someone, you love to do that. And that is a true exchange of love, giving to someone selflessly without seeking direct reciprocity from that person, knowing that giving to them is in essence giving to yourself, and that perpetuating that sensation of selfless giving, true love, is really the only thing that matters. The only thing of any real substance that's true currency right there. That's real currency. Love. Quality involves love. So anything of quality has to have a degree of love in it, or it will be void of quality. It'll be void of quality. There has to be a level of love to create quality. That love is the real currency in existence, whatever. And you can look at it like debt is the opposite of that, or a different form of currency. Currency in the other way. Currency in the sense of if you're shrewd, you're building up a currency in a different form, as opposed to someone that uses love as a currency and a means of obtaining things and attracting things. So somebody that uses the opposite, maybe instills fear or things like that, they're building a different form of currency that will, again, come back to them because that's what they put out. So again, attachment is the major opponent to true love. And that's just really all I wanted to say, is that people are settling. We all settling out here. And like sediment, we're just falling to the bottom, and just being broken apart. And that's kind of what's going on. That's really it.